Hello everyone, I am here to tell you about the place, significance and practical application of the mounts on our palm. So the mounts in one palm are like this. Uh, the Jupiter mount below the index finger, the Saturn mount below the middle finger, the Sun mount below the ring finger, and the Mercury mount below the written finger. Now, this mount is known as moon mount opposite to the thumb below the little finger, and the mount below the thumb is known as Venus mount. This one between the Venus and moon is Ketu mount. The upper one is Rahu mount. This known as the plane of Mars, namely as positive mass and negative mass. So let me start here with the first mount, which is below our index finger, known as Jupiter mount. Jupiter mount shows ambition, leadership and authority in one's life. A well-defined Jupiter mount shows that the person has a strong leadership quality, optimistic outlook and desire for achievement. Moving on, the second, which is Saturn mount, whose position is below the middle finger, shows discipline, patience and responsibility in individual's life. A well-defined Saturn mount shows that the individual is hardworking, highly responsible and inclined toward introspection. Later on, we should move on the Sun mount, which is below the ring finger in one's palm. Sun mount shows creativity, leadership and vitality in one's life. A well-defined Sun mount shows that the person has a charismatic aura, artistic talent and earning for acknowledgement. Now the fourth mount, which is known as the Mercury mount, is placed below our little finger in the palm, which shows communication, business skills and the intelligence in individual. A well-defined Mercury mount shows that a person has a good communication skills, good business skills and analytical skills, and a individual has a tenacity to surmount challenges. Now we move on. The moon mount, which is opposite to the thumb in our hand, shows intuition, imagination and emotional sensitivity in one's life. A well-defined moon mount in one's hand shows that a person has an emotionally depth and has a strong connection with his subconscious mind. Now let's come on Venus mount, which is below the thumb in one's palm. Venus mount shows love, sensuality, artistic inclination, and a person who has a well-defined Venus mount is a compassionate individual with charisma and emotionally expressive nature. Now moving on, the Ketu mount, which is between moon mount and Venus mount. Ketu mount is a symbol of introspection, namely inner introspection in individual lives and intuition. A well-defined Ketu mount shows as a person can go for philosophical or spiritual journey. Now Rahu mount, which is between the moon and Venus mount below the plane of Mars, shows ambition and desire for materialistic and worldly achievement. A well-defined Rahu mount shows as a person has high aspirations. Now moving on, the plane of Mars. The plane of Mars is at the center of our palm, and there are two mounts of Mars, namely positive mass and negative mass. The Mars shows a determination, courage and strength, resilience in individual life. When a positive mass is well developed in one health, it shows that the individual has competitive spirit and assertiveness, high determination, high courage and highly strength. Whereas a negative Mars shows that the person has weak courage, weak determination. Thank you.